Finding Faith behind the scenes, take one.
One, two, three, four. Who are you yelling for?
Who have you been talking to the past couple days?
Just this guy.
Who's that dude?
Eddie. Cute, huh?
Not as good looking as your old man, though. Night, kiddo.
Night, Daddy.
You're telling me that my daughter has been abducted by a child predator, some psycho child molester?
We don't know yet who has her. Sam, that's what we're gonna find out.
I can't sit here and do nothing.
We're doing everything we can to get your daughter back.
Why don't you come along?
Atlantic City, PD!
Faith has been missing now for over 24 hours.
We have hope and a promise.
Protect my daughter.
Atlantic City's on the move. Step on it.
Chicago, Atlantic City. These girls are being trafficked. We're running out of time.
Can good actually come from evil? I didn't think so.
Sam!
But God thinks differently.
We took, in writing the script, we're basing on two stories, and the actual stories of the Internet Crimes Against Children's Task Force on their stories.
And you go in telling a story for audiences to receive, to be moved by, hopefully changed by. And in the process of telling that story, you yourself are moved and changed by it. And this one particularly had that effect probably on a lot of us, and including myself.
I mean, this is happening every day, so the stories that you're going to see in this film are basically true stories.
And I think it's really cool that we can make a statement with like a serious subject, and it's not going to be like a little preachy film, you know, but it's faith-based, and I think it can reach people that way. And then also the subject content of it, sex trafficking is a way bigger deal in the U.S. than people actually realize, and the United States has a lot of that goes on.
Action.
It's your all-American family. It's a picturesque family. Sam Garrett has a beautiful wife. He has 2 children. He has 2 daughters. And Faith, of course, Faith Garrett is the lead in this.
Faith is a cheerleader. She's like the captain of the cheer squad, and she's a freshman in high school. She's 14 years old, and she starts talking to this guy on the internet, and he's an internet predator, and he abducts her.
She's got everything going for her, but even someone as intelligent as she is at 14 years of age gets a little careless on the internet. And being careless on the internet, her smartphone use, these type things, she's abducted. And in being abducted, it destroys the family, of course, as it would with anyone. It devastates mom, dad, and her little sister. So basically, once that devastation happens, the family has to regroup. They have to find Faith, which is their daughter. Then they have to re-find faith in God and helping find their daughter and regain faith in their family.
We should have something soon. We're racing against the clock here.
First thing definitely I had to do was to become extremely intimate with the script, the story. And that involved meeting with the executive producer and we had long meetings, making sure we're on the same page. And we met and met, and I made sure that I was in line with his creative vision for the film.
And basically do a film on internet safety, an entertaining film for teenagers to watch. Not shoving the information down their throat and not shoving, Jesus down their throat, but basically tie the two together so that we can actually educate kids.
Intense brainstorming times as far as character arcs, plot arcs, key scenes. We note-carded every scene of the movie, analyzed every scene of the movie to make sure that it was necessary to move the story along. And there was even continual kind of rewrites as we were going in order to fit better with the character or fit better with even the essence of the film to make sure it's being communicated well.
One of the things I found interesting in doing this film and starting and getting people involved is how this issue has affected so many people, from our director, from our executive producers, our co-executive producers, from the sheriff. I mean, the issue of child pornography, the issue of abduction, the issue of pedophiles, these type things, being molested as a kid.
The Safe Surfing Foundation is the educational part of the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Depending on who you talk to, there are between 88 million and 100 million kids online at any given time.
For me, it's really helped me to think differently about my children's business online, to tighten things up a little bit. That's really what I hope that other parents will see as well.
We got to get this message out. You got to get internet safety education in schools.
The church community needs to be awakened to what's going on with our children online.
We reviewed your daughter's messages for the last 6 months. That's everything Faith posted, texted, tweeted, wrote in an email, instant message, or chat log.
Are you kidding me?
So I'm a parent with 8 children, and my children range from 10 to 20 years old. And we've always been very, very protective in our children. They're on Facebook, and the ones that are of legal age. I wasn't aware of just what big business online predating is, if I can say it that way. The idea that people are looking to nab girls or boys online, and it happens at such a frequent rate.
If the numbers are real, which is, and I believe they are, but if the numbers are that 2,100 kids are missing in a day, and that 1 out of 5 children before they reach adulthood will be sexually solicited online, then we've got a problem. And if we can make a film that's going to educate kids on this issue, communities, families, and hold families accountable, and basically that's what we want to do with this production.
You're telling me that my daughter has been abducted by a child predator, some psycho child molester.
Sam. We don't know yet who has her. Sam, that's what we're going to find out.
I was actually in the area doing a play when they were auditioning for this, and I'd heard about the film, just as this premise, and it timed out that I was able to meet the producers and audition while I was down here doing the play, and got cast.
I heard about the film sitting in church at Thomas Road. I've heard some rumors about it. I actually told my parents that I probably, would shy away from this, and ended up that a friend of mine who's involved with the project called me up and said, I would really like for you to be part of this. And so I talked with my wife and my family and prayed about it, and ended up that we just felt God was saying, yeah, this is okay. I would like you to be a part of this. So not only am I a part of this, but my 2 oldest daughters are going to be a part as well.
I called the sheriff up. I called the sheriff Mike Brown up. I said, sir, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Eric Estrada. I'm an actor. I'm also a reserve police officer in Indiana. I understand you have a program to educate children on how to be safe on the internet from sexual online predators, and I'd like to lend my celebrity. And the sheriff says, wait a minute, is you that fella on the motorcycle with the tight pants and the teeth? I said, yes, sir, I am. And he says, oh my God, oh gosh, Janet, come here, Janet. I got old Poncharelli or Poncharillo or Poncho on the phone. And so we had a chuckle about all that. And then I said, sir, I'd really like to lend myself to your cause.
Choosing people to get involved in this wasn't basically me going to people and asking them. It was people coming to me and saying, how can we get involved? There are people involved in this film on a financial end, and people involved in this film that are donating things to us, like all sorts of things that we need for this production.
Grand Home Furnishings, providing all the household furnishings for the Garrett house. Then Sedesco Liberty Dining. We said we need to have food provided, and we don't have the budget for it. They have fed us now 4 times. They're going to do our thank you party and our premiere. Liberty has opened the doors, given us cameras, locations to use. Thomas Road, Pastor Jonathan has been a tremendous supporter from day one. He announced for the teens, for extras, he's literally opened the doors.
We've got, police force from West Virginia coming. Bedford's group is all about this. All this is coming together. It's a huge community project.
The community's been unbelievable. I mean, from the donations, from the meals to, and this is, a low budget film. This was just basically an idea.
And we've got a lot of great people working on the project.
Hi, my name is Tyler Lyon.
I'm Kitty Doolin.
Langley Coleman.
My name is Cameron Kelly.
My name is Austin Lewis. I'm Jonah Gelzo, the production sound mixer for Finding Faith.
I think because the subject matter is so crucial and the subject matter has affected so many people, I think that's the reason why we have about 150 people cast and crew. And we have not turned away one person that wanted to get involved in this film.
But you got to understand, a lot of people that are involved with this project are not in it for the credit or for the pay. We're in it to come together as a group, as a community, to be able to put together a film that's going to glorify God, get that message out, and show that, you know, there's a lot of good filmmaking that can be done, and, you know, I mean, independents may be the ones that do it.
The courage muscle, what is that? I want to know. Do you want me to want to know what it is? It's part of the brain. It makes you not a baby girly man.
So, hey, everybody. Edwin, Jonathan, whatever. This is my dad. This is the man that created it.
He's just a chip off the old block, what I say.
With the English accent. Where did that come from? He's from Tennessee. I don't understand why he's got the English accent, right? Okay, cheerio, yeah.
I tell you, it was a joy to work with the cast and crew on Finding Faith. Having such a large number of the cast and crew being volunteers, the attitudes that particularly the volunteers brought to the table was just so refreshing.
We just shot like a bunch of scenes of Edwin and I after he takes me and before I run through the woods epically, and it was so hot. I'm just saying, I'm so sweaty and I want to take a shower, but I can't right now, so it's gonna be a long night. But yeah, I just feel, yeah, but I've loved this whole thing, and it's my last day apparently, and I'm sad about that. I've bonded with all the crew and all the cast, and it's been awesome, but I'm not gonna miss the sweat.
So much better on you. It's gonna make you look so much bigger. Very healthy.
Action!
I just am amazed how people have came out and volunteered all their time, all their energy, all their resources, and people don't realize well, somebody has to pay for that, but we didn't, and that's more money towards saving a child.
It was an amazing cast, and they did an incredible job, and there was always great attitudes, and I really appreciated just the good attitudes of, you know, the cast and the crew working together.
It's been nothing short of impressive. The amount of community support, whether it's by, you know, the food that's been donated, the time and energy of people. You know, we're baking in the sun out here.
The problem of that it touches on, not necessarily specifically addressing, but child pornography, sex trafficking, and everything around that. And so often we live in our little bubbles, not really thinking about it. But ultimately there's this evil that truly is out there.
I think we're going to really bring to light the concerns for, you know, those issues that the film is talking about. Dealing with internet predators, dealing with how do we keep our children safe.
Basically, we want parents to be able to watch this movie with their children. And in watching this movie with their children, we want to have a discussion at the kitchen table with their children and saying, what are your online activities? And start looking exactly how technology is moving into the family and how it is basically can destroy family.
We got to educate the people. We got to get this in schools all over. Brown got it in all the schools here. I want to get it in the rest of the country.
I'm very passionate about this. I think our children are our future. I don't think it's any greater cause to support, and that is to protect our children.
And the thing is that God's been involved with this, and we had a meeting today and we opened up with prayer. You know, that is going to be a big part of it. And I really do believe that God's going to be glorified through this film. I mean, whether it, you know, it grosses, you know, millions of dollars or it ends up on the shelf of a Christian bookstore. I mean, I don't know. I'm not that's not my department. That's not, you know, that's marketing and distribution and stuff like that. But I do know that the team that we have together are God-fearing people who are going to do their best to not only make a good movie, but to glorify God in the process.